be quiet. But you still have to teach music. I mean, what? Coming up is your testing week survival guide.
It's the Happy Music Teacher!
Are you an elementary music teacher who's frustrated and overwhelmed? I'm Jeanette Mahalchik, a happy music teacher who loves teaching every day, but it wasn't long ago I was in your shoes. Join me Wednesdays to help you find happy in your music classroom. So you may already be past testing week, blessedly, but if you're not, this episode is for you because I am going to give you some tips and tricks and strategies that are going to help you avoid the crazy during testing week. We know how it is. The kids are tired. You're tired. Everybody's tired. The teachers are tired. Their schedules are totally off. It is a complete nightmare in the elementary school. Plus, if you've got littles, usually they're not allowed outside to play, and so they're not running off steam. Your big kids are all stressed out because they're taking those tests. Their brains are tired. The last thing they want to do is any sort of work. So today we are going to talk about some survival strategies that are going to help you get through testing week and are actually going to be fun, not only for your kiddos, but also for you. Let's get started. So here are the rules for testing week. First of all, review only. If you try to teach something new, it's going to be all crazy pants in there. No one wants to learn anything. First of all, they think school is done, right? Second, they just don't want to deal with it. They don't want to hear it. They don't want to do it. They don't want to learn anything new. So I say review only. That is rule number 1. Rule number 2, bring all of those really fun, engaging activities out of your toolbox. You want those things that your students are going to connect to. Think of the things that as the kids are leaving your classroom, they're like, oh my gosh, that was so much fun. And they're talking about it and they're excited. And do not put a movie on. I know it's quiet, but don't put a movie on because if you put a movie on, their classroom teachers are putting movies on too because you know what? They're tired and they don't want to fight with the kids any more than you do. So they're going to be putting on those movies and that's fine. But you should not do that because when they come into music class, they are expecting it to be active and engaging and fun, hopefully just like it always is. So make sure that these are your most engaging activities. Again, if you need help, my website has some great activities, some engaging activities you can check out. I am going to link to some amazing lesson plans in the show notes. One of them is my Choose Your Own Adventure bundle, which happens to be on sale right now because next week's my birthday and I'm turning 60. So I am giving you 60% off of everything in my shop. But you can only do it for this month. So if you are listening in the month of April, you are in luck. If you are not listening in the month of April, you can still grab these amazing bundles, but they will not be 60% off. Number 3, no thinking involved. No thinking for you, no thinking for your students. It should be fun and active and engaging and something that they can do like right off the bat with no thinking, no stressing out. You're not teaching today. You're not teaching this week because it's going to be a nightmare if you try and do that. This should apply truly no matter what you're doing in the music classroom. But if you are normally a talker, I know for me, I get to, talking and I get to explaining. And before I know it, I'm off on a tangent, right? Make sure that there is little to no talking. This goes across the board. Pre-K, kindergarten, first grade, you should be doing that anyway. But even with your big kids, no talking, no explaining, no rules for anybody. And that is really your best bet. Number 6, keep it quiet. I know it's hard. It's hard to keep things quiet, but I remember one year before I really kind of got the whole, this goes back a long time, but before I got the whole, you need to be quiet in the music room because it extends down the hall and echoes. I do a drum circle usually with my students with special needs. And of course, I couldn't do that. But the way I found that out was by doing the drum circle and the principal coming in and giving me a visit. And at the time I was Shori and saying, Shori, it's supposed to be quiet. That's not quiet. And I was like, oh my gosh, you're right. Keep it quiet. So close your door. Don't use those loud instruments, and those are the ones that obviously are most engaging, but keep it quiet, keep it down. Make sure when your students are coming and going that things are quiet, because the last thing you want is to be in that situation where your principal's like, naughty, naughty, naughty. So what should you teach during testing week? I love to do steady beat activities. Anything where you put on some music, and you can put on like some pop music and you're going to keep the steady beat. You could keep the steady beat with your shoulders. You can keep the steady beat with your hands. Just get your students in a circle and do a steady beat activity. You can start out being the leader. Then you can have somebody else be the leader. If you've never done it before, then I would be the leader all the time. And then I might have somebody else, like maybe towards the middle of the activity, you could have somebody else lead it. You can also do one of those detective ones where you have somebody hide their eyes and they have to figure out who is the beat leader. So that's a really good one to do during testing week because it's not too loud and it's super fun and they're going to be really watching. So good stuff. Fun manipulatives. I have some really fun manipulatives. Let's say that with your littles, you're doing long and short. So if I'm doing long and short, long and short, 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 long and short, 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 long, 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 short, 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 long. So that's a really fun one to do. You can, if you don't have these, I will link to these in the show notes. They are called alpaca stretchies and you can find them on Amazon, of course. Why not? And they're cheap. I don't remember exactly how much, but I want to say like $10 or $15 for 30 of them. So they're not expensive. And you can do that. You can use scarves for a long and short activity. That's a really good start. Bring out your toys. Bring out your manipulatives. They are very engaging. And there are plenty of other episodes where I talk about how to use manipulatives and props in your classroom. Number 3, centers. Now, there are some rules with centers. Rule number 1, you want to make sure that you have done the centers previous to this. So this might not be a good idea unless you're going to do like just one activity or maybe it's stuff that you've done all year long and you're going to set up centers. I will link to some good center activities if I can find some, which I'm sure I can, inside the show notes. Number 4, escape rooms. These are fabulous. There are so many of them now, and they are so much fun, and your students will love them, and those are really good ones. And again, I will find some for you and link them in the show notes. Number 5, karaoke day. So I did a podcast episode a little while back on special events. Karaoke day, talent show day, all kinds of good things like that. And I will link to that in the show notes because that will give you all the parameters that you need to make sure that whatever special event you're doing, it's not crazy. But what I would do is I would say, have your kids like pick a song, sing the song. There are rules. Of course, they have to be singing, not screaming. I one time had, and you might have heard this before, but I one time had a group of 4th graders that were singing Let It Go, and they literally screamed it at the top of their lungs. And I don't know if it was like a thing going on at our school or whatever, but at the top of their lungs in 2 different classes, 2 different groups in each class, it was a nightmare. And finally, I had to get up and be like, when we're singing, we're in the music classroom, we make beautiful music, just like we do any other time. Number 6, do some sort of a movement meet and greet or a clapping game. There are tons of those. You probably have tons of those. I happen to have a great one that's part of Stories That Sing To, T-O-O, and you can find that on my website, thehappymusicteacher.com/shop. That is part of my resource book that has a bunch of storybook lessons in it, and it goes along with the picture book, All Are Welcome. So you could read the picture book, and it goes all the way through 5th grade. It's definitely a book that's designed for littler kids, but you can read it to your bigger kids and then tell them you're going to be doing some 5th grade activities with it. And then once you're done reading, which is a nice quiet activity, right? Then you can do the movement meet and greet that goes along with that. Number 7, line dancing. Believe it or not, students still love to line dance. So you can make up your own, or you can look up some online, and I will link to some in the show notes. Number 8, Mr. Henry's Four Corners games. He has one that is like 19 minutes long. There's another one that's 17 minutes long. They are amazing. I've played them with my 1st graders. I've played them with 4th and 5th graders. Everybody loves them. He does some review. He talks a little bit about the musical skills. I know he's got one that is for instruments, like instruments, families of the orchestra, and he's got a rhythm one, and they are super fun. And my students, after I do it once, they come back in like weeks later, 4 weeks, literally, and they're like, Mrs. M, are we going to do that Four Corners game again? I mean, they are so excited and they love it so much. So definitely something to consider. But you're going to have to put some guidelines in there, right? You want to make sure that they don't get too loud. And number 9, do some whisper games. You can whisper rhythms. You can do telephone. You can do a tiptoe day. Tiptoe to your dot now, to your dot now. They can tiptoe everywhere they go. And if you don't have the yoga poses, I'm also going to link those in the show notes. But if you don't have the yoga pose cards, those are amazing. You can put some yoga music on and you can do some yoga poses. And then the other one that I love to do is the mirror game. And my students love this one, especially my littles. And it is amazing how silent the classroom comes. So basically the mirror game is you're going to do things with your hands, or you could do things with your hands in your head. And you do it really slowly, and they have to mirror you. And if you're finding, usually you don't have to like get anybody out, but if you find that they're not doing it right, then you can be like, oh, Jaden, you're out. You weren't following me. And then Jaden has 5 minutes in the rest area. So those are some great things to do. Let's go back and do a quick review. First of all, number 1, review only. Number 2, use your most fun activities. Number 3, no thinking involved. Number 4, high engagement. Number 5, little to no talking from you. And number 6, make sure you keep it quiet. Then what do you teach during that testing week? Number 1, steady beat activities. Number 2, fun manipulatives. Number 3, centers. Number 4, escape rooms. Number 5, karaoke day. Number 6, movement meet and greets or clapping games. Number 7, line dancing. Number 8, Mr. Henry's Four Corners. Or number 9, any one of those quiet games. The whisper game, the tiptoe game, the yoga poses, any of those good things. Now, if you are looking for some fun, active, and engaging things, I have a little surprise for you, because I have gathered a group of music teachers who are giving you for free some engaging, fun, exciting, sanity saver activities for your music classroom for the end of the year. All you need to do is go to thehappymusicteacher.com/ Sanity Savers, and you can grab those free activities. Well, that's all I have for you today. But before I go, I want to remind you, keep learning, keep growing, and keep being fabulous you.